brotherhood of highly minded, serious thinking, noble living men, leaders, not followers, makers of policy and molders of opinion. Those words are very elegant, but I wish they were mine. Those are of Brother Love. When speaking to us about what the vision of Omega Psi Phi is and what it should be.
What's up, world? It's your boy Double O coming at you live from Atlanta, Georgia. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope you had a great weekend thus far. It is November 17th, y'all. That's right. It's the anniversary of our great fraternity, Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. And I just want to give a shout out to all the bros out there. Happy Founders Day, bros. Hope you all had a great and successful and safe weekend. And I hope that you all were able to fellowship together with brothers in your areas, in your prospective areas. And if you were visiting from out of town, from somewhere, I hope that you also got a chance to really visit with the brothers and share some of your experience from Omega Psi Phi and the fraternity. I would like to start tonight with thanks and gratefulness, really. I'm grateful that God gave me the vision to do this series, the 90-day series on uplift and helping us to kind of find the path to achieve goals or set goals, achieve them, create plans, work on finances, become better people in general, to help the world become a better place. I know that sometimes that seems simple, but really if you think about it, if everyone in the world tonight set out on the journey to become a better person right now, think about the impact that has on the world in general, everywhere. If everybody in the world right now set out to become a better person, to make the best of themselves, instantly the world could change, right? Instantly. So you can have an instant effect on changing the world right now by deciding tonight that you are going to become a better person. That you're going to develop your talents, your skills, your faculties to become, to be all that you can be. I want to talk a little bit about friendship being essential to the soul and how the impact of that, how much impact that it has on the world. And, if you really think about our four founders, Cooper, Coleman, Love, and Just, they created a bond 102 years ago that has created bonds among men throughout the world 102 years later. And it's still going, it's still growing, it's still becoming. And, it's such a beautiful thing when you think about that. When I had the privilege to be amongst, the brotherhood on yesterday, and we retook the oath of our fraternity. I won't get into details, but I will tell you that, when I was 19 years old, I was read into the fraternity, and I pledged, and I'll show some of the pictures. You saw the picture that I flashed on the screen. I'll show you a couple more throughout the video, but I listened to that again now, 27 years later, and the words that I heard in my ear and the impact that again had on my life was tremendous, really. I've seen down through the years other men take that pledge or that oath, and but redoing it myself, rededicating myself to the fraternity and to the principles that the fraternity is built on, really now means so much more to me. And I'm sure, that sentiment is shared by many, many brothers out there. But it is a very powerful thing. And I think that's something that you definitely, we must do every year, or as often as possible that you need it, because it does help you really, it strengthens your fortitude and the fraternity and what we should do as Omega men, what we should do as men in general. Friendship is essential to the soul. That is such a deep thing. It didn't say that friendship is essential to the fraternity. It said friendship is essential to the soul. That is everyone on the planet. Everyone that's breathing has a soul. And friendship is essential. That means it's something that the soul cannot do without. It must have this to survive, to flourish, to become, what it is put here to become. So we cannot take those things lightly. When you have friends, and I'm talking to men and women, when you have a friend, that is a very, very powerful thing. We should nurture those relationships and build on them. Everybody that you have different levels of friendship with people, but that one person or those two or three people, and rarely do we all have many, many friends, quote unquote, that we can just say, I got all of these friends. Even within the fraternity, you have brothers that you migrate to who brothers that for a fact that you can count on or depend on for anything in the world if you really needed it. Same thing with those of you out there in the world who, you have that one person. You have someone that you can call a friend. I hope, and if you don't, the way to make that happen is you become a friend to someone. You see, in order to know a friend, you must become one, and it's very and your actions should show that. So remember that friendship is essential. It's an essential part of us as human beings. It's an essential part of our soul to become friends and to have friends, to know friendship. That's a very beautiful thing. And then, the impact of, these four young men actions 102 years ago still permeates throughout today. That shows you the power of setting a goal and putting a plan in action and then working towards that plan. Imagine they created our fraternity on Howard University's campus, and now it has permeated throughout the entire world. The ideas that they came up with, these four gentlemen, that they came up with in that room, in that science building 102 years ago, has now become an international force in the world. And it truly is. The fraternity is an international force throughout the world. It's a beautiful thing. But, the point I want to make, I want us to understand that, it was once just a goal. It was a dream. It was something that I would imagine that they wrote on a chalkboard in one of the rooms, and they looked at, what are we going to build this organization on? Where are we going to start? And they began with what they had. They began with opposition, great opposition against them, but that didn't deter them from reaching that goal or for going after what they believed was what they wanted in life. Imagine this. You're a college student and you're creating an organization that is going to be so massive throughout the world. It is going to be such a force in the world that you can't even imagine it at that time. They hadn't, I'm sure, they wanted and they dreamt of the fraternity being a great organization, but imagine how great it is now with all of the men who belong to this great fraternity and the other organizations out there that men and brotherhoods that are out there. Not to throw light on anyone or shade, so to speak, but, I know for a fact because I have experienced the love, I've experienced the manhood, I've experienced the scholarship, I've experienced the perseverance and the uplift in this great fraternity of ours, Omega Psi Phi. And I'm so very proud to be a brother in the fraternity. The value of our fraternity is not necessarily in numbers. but it is in the men who belong to the fraternity and who uphold its principles. And we have to learn that brothers will come to the fold if they're invited back. Some brothers have left, and I want to talk about that right now because I think it's very important that we reclaim those men who have taken the same oath as that we have taken and help them back to the fold. We must be the brother that reaches out and grabs them and say, brother, come back home and help, and let's finish the mission. Let's whatever knowledge and skills that you have gained while you were away, we want you now to come back and bring that information and bring that knowledge and do what you can do. We all have levels of responsibilities and lives that take us away, from just the normal. We have children, we have jobs, we got spouses, we have, other responsibilities. So it's very important, though, that we make time to do the things that are required of us as brothers, to really try and reach back and help those young men who are coming into the fraternity now, and give them the skills, give them the leadership skills and the wisdom and knowledge that we have, so that they can go out and create a better world, so that they can advance the fraternity, so that they can become what our founders envisioned when they created our great fraternity back in 1911. So, brothers and sisters, and those of you who are guests who are listening to this video, again, I thank you for rolling with me over this 90-day period. It has been definitely some trials involved here and there, but I thank God that I have been able to persevere, and I hope that some of the things that I shared will enhance us in our lives, and that we will stand on being a better person and becoming, that better person in the world, and showing the world that, I'm going to be a better person today. I'm going to help advance the world with my skills. I'm going to let my little light shine. I'm going to increase my knowledge. I'm going to increase my wisdom. I'm going to aspire to be great, to be wonderful. I'm going to learn to be a friend and, help someone along the way as I go. And, I'm going to build bridges for those people out there who need bridges built. Because for me, I crossed in the twilight dim, and but there was someone that built the bridge for me, and now I must build bridges for those behind me. You must build bridges for those behind you, and so it's very important that we take up the challenge, and that challenge is for me and for you and for each of us to become a better person today. Okay. Thank you again, everyone, and I hope to see you in a couple days with a new series. And I want to say again, Happy Founders Day to the bros. I love you, bros, and I hope that everyone again had a wonderful weekend and a happy Founders Day. Thank you. Peace.